So earlier this year, Scott Cole said on a Discord server, NASCAR Heat 4 will compete with Forza Motorsport 7. Well, today we are going to see which game is better, NASCAR Heat 4 or Forza 7, and in which ways. Now, to make this a fair comparison, we are only comparing the NASCAR version of Forza 7 and not the full game, because if we compare the full game, Forza will blow NASCAR Heat 4 out of the water. Also, we are going to compare graphics, physics, career mode, customization, and much more from NASCAR Heat 4 and Forza 7 NASCAR. And one last thing, I do not own any of the Forza 7 clips you will see on your screen, and I will give credit to the owners of the videos. So let's get started with customization. So NASCAR Heat 4 has definitely improved from NASCAR Heat 3 customization wise, but Forza 7 blows it out of the water with its paint booth. In Forza 7, you can make any car any way you want because the options are endless in a paint booth, while in NASCAR Heat 4, you are limited by templates and sponsors. Next, we have career mode. Forza 7 has a decent career mode for NASCAR, but it's definitely not on the level of NASCAR Heat 4. Forza only has one of NASCAR's main touring series in the game, which limits the career mode, while NASCAR Heat 4 has a very in-depth career mode where you can go through the Dirt Series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series, along with creating your own team or racing for a team. Now, I'm just scratching the surface on what you can do with NASCAR Heat 4's career mode, but by far it's better than the career mode Forza 7 has to offer for NASCAR. Next, we have car models and paint scheme availability. Since Forza 7 came out in 2017, it does not have the Chevy Camaro or the Ford Mustang, which some teams run present day. Also, Forza 7 doesn't come close to as many licensed NASCAR Touring Series paint schemes as NASCAR Heat 4, and NASCAR Heat 4 has DLCs full of paint schemes that come out monthly, which includes more licensed NASCAR schemes. So NASCAR Heat 4 definitely one-ups Forza on car availability. Next, we have track availability. Forza only has 3 oval tracks NASCAR goes to, which are Daytona, Homestead, and Indianapolis, and they have 3 road courses that the top 3 touring series go to, which are Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and Road America. NASCAR Heat 4, on the other hand, has every single road course, dirt track, and oval the top 3 touring series go to, so NASCAR Heat 4 has the upper hand on track availability. Now let's get down to multiplayer. In NASCAR Heat 4, you can have up to 40 cars in a lobby, while Forza 7 you can only have 24 car lobbies. But in Forza 7, the public lobbies seem to have more racing than wrecking when it comes to multiplayer. And in Forza 7, you can take the cup cars to tracks none of the top 3 series go to, like Monza for example. While in NASCAR Heat 4, you are restricted to racing at tracks only the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series go to, so I'll give Forza the upper hand there. Next, we have game modes. In Forza 7 for NASCAR, you have to make up your own game mode with friends, which isn't a bad thing, but in NASCAR Heat 4, there are challenges you can complete to unlock paint schemes, and new challenges are added in DLCs, so NASCAR Heat 4 has the upper hand on challenges. Next, we have the damage models. So this one is actually hard for me to choose which is better, because I personally like both damage models for Heat 4 and Forza 7, so I couldn't come up with which one is better, so I'm going to have the damage model end in a draw. Next, we have the graphics. So NASCAR Heat 4 has some great graphical improvements from their previous installment, but Forza 7 does have better graphics because it was made by a bigger company and the game was made on a better engine. Same thing goes with the physics. I am super happy with the physics in NASCAR Heat 4. They have improved a lot from the previous installment once again, but I have heard from fans and critics Forza 7 still has a better physics engine, but keep in mind that NASCAR Heat 4 still has good physics and graphics. So now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let's answer some questions. Let's start off with which is a better game as a whole, NASCAR Heat 4 or Forza 7? The answer is obviously Forza 7, because Forza 7 isn't just NASCAR racing, it includes different forms of racing because it is a motorsport game, while NASCAR Heat 4 is a strictly NASCAR racing and dirt late model racing game. Now, which is better, NASCAR Heat 4 or Forza 7's NASCAR? The answer is obviously NASCAR Heat 4, because Heat 4 is more appealing to a NASCAR fan because it's a NASCAR licensed game and has a bigger variety of NASCAR tracks, cars, paint schemes, and different NASCAR series, while Forza lacks a variety of NASCAR tracks, cars, and paint schemes, even though a lot of people make really cool paint schemes from the paint booth. But Forza 7 NASCAR just feels like an add-on to a motorsport game, while NASCAR Heat 4 is an actual NASCAR game and gives the fans almost everything they need to enjoy themselves when playing the game. So in all, NASCAR Heat 4 is better than Forza 7 NASCAR. Finally, the last question that will be answered is, does NASCAR Heat 4 compete with Forza Motorsport 7? And the answer is yes, but to an extent. It's hard for NASCAR Heat 4 to compete with a motorsport game because it attracts different types of racing fans, but NASCAR Heat 4 does outperform Forza in some areas, as pointed out earlier in the video. Both are really good games and both deserve a lot of respect from the racing community as a whole. So that will do it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like this video. Comment down below your opinions about NASCAR Heat 4 and Forza 7. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss another NASCAR Heat 4 video. Quick shout out to my donators. Shout out to Jimmy, Chris Barrington, Anthony Ortiz, Reverend Sheen Stewart, Vote Trump 2K20, Smoke Carbon 13, NASCAR Champion 2016, and Blake T. Links to their channels will be in the description below. So, I'll see you guys in my next NASCAR Heat 4 video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. IDK out.